All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Nibs Plays Games, and we are back here with set number 2. How's it going, Chase? What's going on?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. I am glad to be back. You have kind of disappeared from my screen here. I just see the corner of Austin Weavile. Oh, there we go. So it looks like we're having a bit of an issue here, but it should be fixed in just a second. I'm excited for this battle. I see 4 horses. Oh, and I have to say happy birthday to David, also known as Tactical Knowledge. We see on the screen there. But we see 4 horses in Hatterene and an Indeedee versus Incineroar, Grimmsnarl, Dragapult, Rillaboom, Togekiss, and Rotom.
Pretty cool, yeah.
So I have to say, this team from Pat, it looks like a team that I've seen you run back in like Series 3 before Rillaboom even got Grassy Surge. So
actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, yeah. It's spot on. Every Pokemon. I wonder if this is going to be. I doubt it's going to be Overgrow Rillaboom though.
Yeah, I would guess it's not. But it's a very interesting set of teams here. I don't particularly know what Cantonian Rapidash does. I know the other day I was using Cantonian Ponyta, but that was just a Will-O-Wisp, Hypnosis, and Ally Switch bot. So I don't know what Rapidash does, if it's a real Pokemon or if it's along the lines of the same thing. So I'm excited to see what's going to be going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure as well. I do like to see Mudsdale a lot, though. You don't see it very often. Oh yeah, Rollercoaster mentioning in the chat that I used that against him. Yeah, it really is the identical 6, and it's kind of funny. I was scrolling through my pictures today on my phone, and I came across a picture of that team. So that's kind of cool, kind of a coincidence there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see here what these two trainers are going to be doing. Oh, we see it as Choice Banded Rapidash.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know it has some kind of spread moves, like Wild Charge is one of them for an electric attack. I'm kind of just want to pull it up, but I don't even know.
Yeah, I am very excited to see what we're going to see here. Oh, and Pickley gifted a Tactical Knowledge a sub. What a great happy birthday present right there. So thank you so much to Pickley. So I am very excited to see what we see here. I want to see, do we see the Indeedee hat mode? Do we see the Rapidash? Which I kind of want to see the Rapidash at some point. Maybe not right now, but I do want to see it at some. Oh, we do get it in game 1.
Yeah, I would like to see the Rapidash as well, but I think the setting up Trick Room is kind of ideal in this situation when you see a more a little bit speedier of a team. Mm-hmm. You know, with Dragapult being there, it kind of makes you think that you don't want to be under Trick Room most of the time. And Rotom doesn't typically like to be on Trick Room teams. It's kind of Rotom's kind of like a filler mom.
Yeah, and SSJ3 Potato, thank you for the follow. We see Dragapult and Togekiss as the lead here, really going back to like Series 1. This is really just like a Series 1 and 2 lead. Indeedee hat for versus Dragapult Togekiss. And I've got to say, this is normally something... Oh, yeah, Omnihog, thank you for the follow. I was going to say, this is something that the Indeedee hat generally tends to win this matchup, I would say.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. I would guess for something like a... I don't know that they necessarily need to go ahead and follow me. I think the follow me pressure is there enough that you're not going to see something like a Phantom Force come from this Dragapult, and we are actually going to see follow me come out, and Phantom Force does come in.
Yeah, that's a bit of a surprise there. As we see the Yawn come out into the Indeedee slot. This is actually a pretty good play here, because you either have to let your Indeedee go to sleep or you have to let your Hatterene take a Phantom Force. Mm-hmm. So I would say maybe do you Smite here? Do you Mindstorm into the Togekiss? You have to attack the Togekiss, and you have to follow me. There's not really much you can do about it otherwise.
Yeah, I think both trainers in this situation need to follow me, but if I am on David's side of the field, I am probably going to go ahead and Dynamax that Hatterene and go for something like the Psychic Attack there into what will probably be the Togekiss.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting here. Do you think Togekiss goes down to the Psychic Attack?
No, I think it's going to be pretty close, but I don't think it's going to quite get there. Although the Helping Hand might get it there. And it's just going to be a helping hand coming from both players here. I wonder if it's even going to be a Max Mindstorm, and it is actually from the Hatterene. And it is actually just going straight into the Togekiss, not forcing a follow me from that at all. And it does pick up the KO with a little help from Indeedee. Phantom Force does come out from the Dragapult, and oh my goodness, with that helping hand boost, it brings it all the way down to 52 HP as the Life Orb is also revealed.
Yeah, I've got to say that was a really risky helping hand on David's side, because you just left yourself open to the Phantom Force that you knew was coming out. Maybe not expecting something like the helping hand, so you thought you would take it better, but it's a really tough position to be in. Oh, and saying thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah, so I wonder if David maybe did not know that they had to follow me in turn 2. Maybe they thought that the redirection would occur in turn 1 when they clicked the follow me there.
Yeah, that potentially could be something that happened, but this Hatterene should still be able to get another KO, or potentially... Oh, we see a Dynamax already. With Trick Room still being up and the Hatterene still being in threat, potentially this Dragapult is going to Dynamax and Max Guard, or if not, I'm not sure it lives a Gmax Smite.
Yeah, so what do you think Pat is doing in the situation where they're Dynamaxing the Dragapult? You think they're just going to go for like a Flare Blitz into the Hatterene and try to pick up the KO so Dragapult still sticks around next time? And there's no Max Guard, so it's just going to be a Gmax Smite going into this Dragapult, and there's not a chance Dragapult lives this attack.
Not at all. Although
confusion.
Yeah, I was going to say. And the other thing here is you can just parting shot the Hatterene and take it out of the field if it is in, but it's looking like it's just going to be hitting itself in confusion. What a great and it's pure Hatterene. Okay, I take back what I said. You cannot parting shot it out of the field because it is not Magic Bounce. That is very interesting, actually. That's not something I've seen before.
Wait, so what's the other ability on Hatterene then?
It's usually, it gets Healer, it gets Magic Bounce, which is the one you normally see. And I don't know, I believe there's a third one, but I'm not sure what it is. But that was really cool to see Healer activate. And saying thank you for the resubscription, 2 months now. Glad to have you sticking around for the streams, and I believe you're playing later this stream, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, we're just seeing this Hatterene just kind of get rid of everything, it looks like.
Yeah, and it is going to be a Darkest Lariat coming from this Incineroar. We're going to see a spin attack going into this Indeedee, brings it down to 45 HP. And Heal Pulse is actually just going to come from David's allied Indeedee, getting it up to 134 HP while it's still in Dynamax.
Yeah, and it looks like in the chat we're seeing the Tacticals emotes being the Hatterenes in there, and I think that's a pretty good emote, if I have to say.
It is.
And it looks like David is going to be switching in this Rapidash just so it can get the final KO with probably, I would assume, high horsepower, based on the fact that it is a horse and that is a super effective move that it probably learns.
So we do see the follow me just come out from David's Indeedee. Incineroar does finally snap out of confusion. Darkest Lariat's going to come out one more time, going to be enough to pick up the KO into this Indeedee, and then we'll finally see this beautiful, majestic Rapidash. We'll get to see what attack it does next time around, so that's exciting. Hopefully nobody quits, because we want to.
Yeah,
I want to see what it does.
Rapidash doesn't get close combat, right? Like,
I think it might.
I assume we're gonna see a high horsepower. We're gonna see 1 high horsepower, and we're gonna see 2 high horsepowers. Do you think Rapidash takes out the Incineroar? I would guess it does, but I'm not 100%.
I think it does. It's choice band. It absolutely does. High horsepower does come out from the Rapidash, and it is going to be enough to kill that Incineroar. So pretty cool. Game 1 there goes to David, also known as Tactical Knowledge, and Fedora Reshiram.
Reshiram?
However you want to say it.
The legend, the Gen, what is it?
I know what it is. That's just how I say it.
Reshiram? I don't know how to pronounce
Reshiram.
Reshiram? I don't know.
It's always fun. I got to take shots at Roller Coaster. Zay is mid. Thank you for the follow. I got to take shots at Roller Coaster because he says the horse's name's really funky. He says how does he say it? Spectrier or something like that.
Spectrier.
Yeah.
But we are hopefully we get to see this. As we say it, it gets selected.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to see horses and horses and horses. It's looking like Spectre, Glacier potentially we're going to see all the horses this game. Maybe it doesn't look with the Indeedee. I don't think we're getting all of them, but we might get 3 of them.
2 horse, 2 furious, typically said. I like that. All horse, no hat.
So it seems like people are very excited for this horse team getting a win.
It's pretty cool. It's cool what banded items use. I recall back in Series 5 when there was that big ban. Was it Series 5 or no? Series 6 was the big ban. Series 5 is what I'm thinking of though. When you helped me, I was losing my mind trying to build a Scizor team, and I messaged you like every night at like 3 a.m. What do I do? How do I build around Scizor? Well, the answer was you just give it a choice band, and it seems like a lot of Pokemon that just don't fit in a format, you can either give them like a scarf or a band, and it helps the niche. It doesn't really solve the problem, but it definitely helps it kind of turn into existence, if you will.
Yeah, no, I would definitely say that throwing a choice band or a choice specs or a choice scarf on a generally niche Pokemon is your best answer, just because it gives you some utility outside of Dynamax, and that's a niche that a lot of Pokemon don't provide in these formats, and it's something that you need to be able to make up for. Because yeah, you're going to have your Spectre Dynamax or your Blaster Dynamax or your Dragapult Dynamax, but you need to have Pokemon that can deal damage or can kind of do something outside of Max, and Scizor, that's kind of the role it plays, I would say. So something along the lines of that is probably your best option.
Absolutely. So our leads here, we do see David this time around going with Indeedee plus Spectrier, and Pat is just going to go on the other hand with I believe it was Incineroar, and I actually missed what the Grimmsnarl. Thank you. How do I miss that?
Yeah, I was going to say, of all the Pokemon you missed, it's kind of like your mascot.
I love it so much. We are going to see a Dynamax here this time around from the Spectrier on David's side of the field. It is going to be another helping hand coming from this Indeedee, and it seems like David really enjoys clicking that helping hand. Max Quake does come out from the horse. It's going to target down. No way.
Did it live?
I don't think so. It's always tough to tell on our side of the things. I think it lived on a 1. Oh my goodness.
It did live. So that has to be assault. That's either like no investment on the horse, or that's got to be like Assault Vest and Incineroar. I don't know how you can live a helping hand. Right? It used Snarl. So we see now the horse is at -2. I assume we're just going to see a Follow Me and Heal Pulse and Max Strike. So it looks like this Incineroar kind of saved the day here, because if that went down, you'd be back to neutral on the Spectre, and you wouldn't have the Snarl off. So it'd be a really tough position. But now it just takes another turn of Dynamax away, and it allows you to keep the Spectre at below neutral on its special attack stat.
I missed what the Grimmsnarl did turn 1. Was it a light screen?
It was Spirit Break.
Interesting. So it is going to be a Heal Pulse from the Indeedee, going to give the Spectre some more HP back. But in game 1 there, Chase, we saw a Parting Shot go into the Hatterene from Incineroar, right?
We did not. We have not seen
Parting Shot. See it. Okay. Interesting.
So
that's right. We saw Healer proc from healing the sleep. It awoken the Indeedee.
Yeah, I think something interesting here is this Dragapult could potentially Phantom Force to get away from an attack this turn, but then it leaves it open to a Shadow Ball this upcoming turn, so it's probably not something you want to do.
Yeah, so this Grimmsnarl is just going to go ahead and set up a light screen as the Indeedee goes ahead and clicks Follow Me, and Dragapult is going to vanish this time around, as it is going to just Phantom Force. Phantasm does come out, and it's targeting down that Dragapult, and it's going to go into the void and not hit anything.
Yeah, so now you have just a very free Follow Me and Shadow Ball into that Dragapult slot. I know your -1 and light screen is up, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be doing like 70% to Dragapult still.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough to pick up any KOs or anything, but I think it's going to come pretty close in health. So Rodom is going to come in as substitute for the Grimmsnarl on Pat's side of the field. Follow Me is going to come out this time around, so David has learned his lessons. He's not messing around with any Phantom Forces coming from this Dragapult. It does not affect Indeedee. No damage is done from that Dragapult. You're looking pretty good there. Shadow Ball comes out, targeting down this Dragapult, and it only really does about 55%. It's kind of surprising. I thought it'd do a little more.
Yeah, and at this point, you can kind of just do it. You have so many different options here because the Dragapult probably doesn't want to go for a Ghost type move, so you don't have to Follow Me. They could call it and go for the Ghost type move into your Spectre, but it's a very dangerous play. And we're talking. We have in chat people talking about how good do you think Indeedee Hat is in the current meta game? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think that it's kind of slept on, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people. I think it's kind of underestimated, really. Like I think it has a lot of potential, but people are kind of they're not seeing it. It does get KO'd by there's a lot of good things that you can look at in the format. Like Heatran is very good, Metagross is very good. So there's some steel types, but we are going to see it look like an airstream coming from this Dragapult targeting down that Spectre. It's not going to be enough to pick up a KO, but it is going to speed up this Rodom and allow it to get an attack off.
So, and Spectre is still faster than this Rotom. Not going to be doing very much with the Shadow Ball considering the combination of Light Screen and the -1 from the Spirit Break. But I would say Pat is in a pretty good position here. Taking out the Spectre, and you have your Dragapult, although pretty low on HP. You have all the speed advantage here, and potentially the Pokemon in the back aren't going to be dealing enough damage. Although you still have the AV Glacier, which is going to be very difficult to get through.
So what's your opinion, Chase? How do you feel about Indeedee Hat?
My opinion is the same as it has been for every single format where Gmax Hattering has been legal. Indeedee Hat is as good as your Gmax Smite rolls are. If you confuse stuff and get full confusions, you win. If you don't, it's not particularly good. I think there are some cases where it can be good. Something like Helping Hand Expanding Force or Helping Hand Max Flare does a lot of damage to Glacier. Was that a Max Flare?
That was a Max Flare, yeah. Okay.
That did nothing.
Maybe that's why. No, I'm just confused. But
I think that critical hit also might have mattered on that. Getting that KO there based on the damage it did the first time. Although I think Dragapult just goes. No.
Wow.
Dragapult might be living 2 Ice School Spears. Did it get a third one? Oh, and it does get the third one to get that KO.
Yeah, so pretty interesting. I'm curious if this Dragapult is a mixed attacker or if it's. I mean, it has to be, right? It doesn't get any special attacking flying type moves, right? Just fly. Air release, probably.
I believe I've seen the paste for this or an early paste for this team before, and it was your 3 regular attacks: Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, Flying. I don't remember Acrobatics versus Fly, and then the last move was Flamethrower.
Interesting.
So
it's pretty interesting that a mixed Dragapult is able to take that many hits. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I would say that's honestly very. It's interesting though because Flamethrower is good for something. I don't think this KO's Rapidash in the Sun, which now getting the Sun up makes even less sense than it did previously because now your Rapidash is going to be doing 75% to this Grimmsnarl.
That's more so why I was confused than anything.
And a burn.
The fact that it went for Max Flare wasn't the most surprising thing. It was the fact that they went for a Max Flare with Rodon Wash as their ally. So we do see a Spirit Break. After the burn, it's not going to do that much damage into this Glacier.
Yeah, and at this point, this Glacier is going to slowly but surely be able to take out the remaining 2 Pokemon, I would assume. It might have been doable if you had Fake Tears plus Hydro Pump if the Sun wasn't up, but at this point you can just continuously attack into the Rotom. And there's not really anything. I mean, you can even attack into the Grimmsnarl to guarantee the KO this turn and then guarantee the KO next turn into Rotom, but it's a really rough position to be in if you're Pat.
Yeah. I'm just laughing. Sir Wilson in the chat saying, "Ride it, my pony." 4 horses and one hatterine. Sounds like the beginning of a joke. We are going to see Nasty Plot come out from this Rodom. Spirit Break is going to come out once again from this Grimmsnarl. Not doing a whole lot of damage still going into this Glastrier. My guess is that it's probably the only attack that it has, though.
Yeah, I've got to say, AV Glastrier is one of the bulkiest Pokemon I have ever seen. I don't think a crit +2 Thunderbolt takes it out.
I don't think it does either.
And we know that the Facade will take it out from here based on the amount of damage last time, now being at +1. It should be enough to KO. And Hydro Pump is going to do even less, considering that the sun is still up.
Wow.
That did like 18%.
It's cool that they finally gave us a bulky Ice type as well, because Ice has always been one of the coolest typings in the format. But it just never, everything that is Ice just gets, if it gets touched, it just shatters. Pun intended.
Yeah, it's interesting to see here potentially that Pat could have won if 2 Thunderbolts got the KO, but choosing to go for Hydro Pump even in the sun. Although I don't think the Thunderbolts did get the KO, so I'm not sure. But GG's to both of these players. David or Tactical Knowledge takes it 2-0. It's very interesting to see 4 horses, and 4 horses and a hat, I believe, is the name of this team. And I'm excited to see Tactical Knowledge come back and potentially play again in the future, as well as Pat showing a couple more sets of this team with potentially what this Dragapult's flamethrower is for. Is it for like Kartanas, things like that? But I am excited to see both of these players play again if that's something they want to do in the future.
Yeah, I enjoyed looking at Pat's team a lot. That it's really kind of nostalgic almost to see that. I think I ran that. I took that exact team to Dallas, the MSS on Sunday. I didn't do great with it, but I had a lot of fun and thought that it was very cool to use, especially with it only having Overgrow and not having grassy terrain just yet. Maybe it's something that I might revisit after watching it. So thank you for bringing that team back.
Yeah, but I think we're going to be cutting to a quick break very briefly, and if I can just check very quickly, I think Game 3 is actually Saiyan, who raided us just a second ago, versus Directing Ball. So I cannot wait to watch that one. I will not be on the comms for that one, but I believe, Nibs, you are staying around for the next game, along with, I believe, Roller Coaster coming on. I know that's a fan favorite duo there for the casting. But if you give us just a second, we were going to be switching over to the Be Right Back, and then we will be right back with our next Game 3, or Set 3.